What is going on, everybody? I'm Aslan Hajavandi, joined by recruiting analyst for Warchant.com, Michael Langston. Warchant.com, your ultimate Seminoles sports source. Promo code bottom of your screen, as well as the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. Take advantage of that. It's free. What else can they do to help us out and show their support, Michael?
Hit the like button for us, guys. A lot of good features coming up. We got a lot more coming up, and so keep it going. Keep promoting these things, and let's keep it going. And helps us promote these features and all that nice stuff that Aslan covered.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Michael. So no rain, no rainbows. So sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. Obviously, the Midnight Madness event that we spoke about on this very program or here on YouTube just a few days ago is now kind of, falling a little bit into the rearview mirror. Now everyone's looking ahead and what this means for this recruit and that recruit. But the quarterback position, one that Florida State was flush at with Nicco Marchiol as well as A.J. Duffy in the fold, is now in a bit of flux right now, right?
It's in a flux of, I would say it's more in a flux of expectations of this likely happening anyway. It's kind of teetering towards that direction anyway. Once A.J. Duffy committed, it just didn't you felt there was a total shift there with the way Nicco viewed this thing as far as a commitment. I think in my eyes, Nicco and probably even his family, I would say even more of his family, didn't expect FSU to land A.J. Duffy. And I don't think they were that concerned with MJ Morris. Bottom line, that's the facts. They weren't really concerned with him, but the A.J. Duffy, that one rubbed them the wrong way. And, and here we are where Nicco hasn't publicly announced he's decommitted, but he's decommitted. He's not FSU. There's not a spot for him at FSU, even if he wanted to be there. So FSU has moved on. They're gone to a different direction, whatever way you want to call it. Took a visit to Arizona State this weekend. So the thing is, it's like, okay, if you're willing to go to Arizona State, but why would you willing to go to Florida State? And I think that's probably FSU's view of, we don't mind, dude, if you don't go to Midnight Madness or you don't visit FSU, but don't visit another place if you're supposedly committed to FSU and stuff like that. So I think FSU got tired of antics and they moved on and they're going in a different direction. And from what I was told, as I put on our site, before this happened, a few hours before, it actually became public that we feel like Nicco wasn't going to be in his classes. I think they're looking more for an athlete at quarterback that can play the position, but also quarterback. But I think really an athlete type. We don't have names as far as to go along with that, but I think that's kind of what they're looking for, more so an athlete than a pure pass guy. So I think that's kind of in their eyes of what they're kind of viewing for the second guy, because they will take two quarterbacks. They do want two quarterbacks in this class, and that's the plan, and they're sticking with the plan, and we still expect that to happen, that there will be two quarterbacks in this class.
Nicco Marchiol, obviously, you saw his Instagram. Everybody is now in Arizona State. He's purged. It looks like pretty much all of his FSU photos as well, too. So this looks like it's not going to be a good breakup. Michael, how do we get to this point, though? I mean, surely this staff, I would imagine, was pretty forthright with not only Nicco but his family as well. I mean, they need to take two quarterbacks. For as good as Mackenzie Milton might be for Florida State in 2021, he's only here for one season. Jordan Travis, as dynamic as he showed his ability last season, has some durability issues. They needed two quarterbacks. So it's something catch somebody by surprise in this, or how does this happen?
I don't think it's really caught anybody's surprise. I think it just goes down to, I think Nicco thought he was going to be the guy. And like I said, MJ Morris didn't scare him. Still felt like he was going to be. And yeah, from the Marchiol camp, from what I hear, there was things like, oh, well, we thought we were going to be the guy. And then there was other things like, they might have not told us they're taking two quarterbacks, which is hogwash, to be honest, to be frank. If they're not taking two quarterbacks, why are they recruiting A.J. Duffy and MJ Morris when you were committed? It's like, come on, guys. Like, no, I mean, let's face reality. It's like, yeah, feelings get hurt, feelings get changed, feelings alter emotions. But the bottom line was FSU was always going to take two quarterbacks. It was made clear. They told all their quarterbacks. A.J. Duffy's told me this. MJ Morris has told me this. even Nicco Marchiol has told me this when he was committed to FSU that, yes, they planned on taking 2 quarterbacks. And Nicco even said at a scrimmage that when we interviewed him that he understood they're taking 2 quarterbacks, and he didn't have a problem with that. No, I think he had a problem with A.J. Duffy being there. Nothing he has a personal vendetta against him. It's just I think everyone knows the type of quarterback that A.J. Duffy is. I mean, he's a Rouse 100 quarterback. He's phenomenal. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. Maybe there's competition issues. I don't know. Nico's got to make that own decision, the best decision for him. So I'm not taking a shot at anything. I'm directing what facts are in the case of the situation of 2 quarterbacks. But the plan was always 2 quarterbacks. And sometimes things rub people the wrong way when another quarterback jumps on board. That's why I tell people that quarterback's the one position that it can affect everybody involved as far as when you get – it's why it's hard to get 2 quarterbacks, man. It's like it is. It's
really
like
good quarterbacks, yeah.
Yeah,
really.
It's hard to get 2 4-star quarterbacks. And in A.J. Duffy's case, maybe a 5-star down the line. He could move all the way up to a 5-star, so who knows. But it's really hard to get 2 good quarterbacks and – or highly rated quarterbacks, and because you're dealing, it's the one position. I've said this many times. It's the one position where they're touching the ball every single play. Like every single play, their hands are on the ball. They're taking the snap, whether they're pitching or whether they're throwing. They're always involved, and you can most of the time you only play one quarterback at a time. So usually when you get quarterbacks like that involved, it's going to be you're going to have emotions involved, and it affects people. And it's a grand shift, but it just kind of shows you with the point I said when AJ committed that you just don't know how quarterbacks are going to react when another quarterback jumps on board. And it was a dramatic shift because Nicco was like, I'm going to be there every weekend. I'm going to be there for every official visit. I'm taking all 5 official visits to FSU. I'm doing all these things. And then, bam, A.J. Duffy commits, and everything's like, okay, I'm taking 5 official visits to some other places. So it's like you kind of tea leaves were there. But I think FSU's viewpoint on it was we're going to give this guy every opportunity. If he wants to be here, yeah, we want him. We'll take him. We want him win this class. And, he was the first guy we accepted as far as a commitment. We want him. If we can work it out, let's try to do it. But I think once the visit thing happened this weekend or this week, or I hardly even know what day it is, but I think once that happened, I think it was kind of like FSU's like, we're tired of these antics. It's like you aren't showing up for our big event. You're not even visiting FSU, but you're visiting somewhere else.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been to Florida State like 3 or 4 times now, and he's over on the West Coast, so he's not obligated to come out here. My question, Michael, is, it seems like they went after Marchiol before they went after Duffy, or I don't know, maybe that's the chronology of him committing and then Duffy kind of taking more time to come around. It's something, I don't want to, speculate on what happened with that, but to your understanding, like, did they go after Duffy and Marchiol both off the jump with the same sort of enthusiasm, or did Duffy's tape this past season kind of start making the rounds and making him more of a valued prospect than Marchiol? Because, hey, man, it was a match made in heaven right from the jump. They were all over him. And then A.J. Duffy was kind of in the background. He kind of overtook Marchiol in the minds of many.
Well, you got to remember, first of all, Duffy visited before even Nicco did. He visited in the spring on his own before I think anybody. He was there. Obviously, that was the one where he had to do everything on his own and see everything. And so they were on them the same amount of time. I would even say go stretch that they were probably on AJ a little bit longer, but Nicco was the guy that they felt would commit earlier. And to the point where, he's way across Arizona and stuff like that. It's not the obligation to visit FSU. It's the fact that you visited somewhere else. It's like, okay, you can't visit. Okay. But you may know, you've had all this time to set, and this thing was done for months as far as this Midnight Madness thing. So, you've had plenty of time where you could have got over there. And Nicco showed no problems getting over to FSU constantly. I think it was like 2 or 3 straight weekends where he was flying over to FSU. So I don't think that's a problem for him to get to Florida State. And I don't think it's so much you didn't visit FSU. It's just you went somewhere else and you're supposed to be committed to FSU. And it's like, okay, we're giving you the opportunity to, if you feel comfortable with other, if you want to visit other places, we understand that, but I don't think they're liking it. But at the same time, if you're not visiting the school you're committed to, that kind of shows kind of where your priorities are, or where FSU rates as far as in your priorities. So I think they're kind of like, we're done with this. We're moving on, and that's it. But I don't think anything like supposedly like clicked. I think it was just a situation where Nicco did not like the fact that they got a elite quarterback like AJ Duffy, and it affected him in whatever reason. I'm not going to speculate and say I know the reason, but I can tell you this, that everything changed when AJ Duffy committed. And God bless Nicco wherever he goes. We hope he tears it up. We hope he does well. But at the end of the day, the way I take this, I don't even know this is the reasons, but the way I take it, like, if you want to come, and FSU makes this clear to all the guys that they recruit. If you want to come here, you're going to have to compete against great players of your position. So from an outside view, without knowing the reasons, sure looks like competition issues when you look at that. Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, I don't know any other way you can take it, unless you feel like, oh, you like AJ Duffy more than you like me. Well, even still, then they took your commitment first. So if you want to be there, then be there. If you don't, then move on, and let's go from there. But it to me, it questions the competition. How much you want to compete, how much you want to win the job, because no matter who comes in there, whether it's AJ Duffy, whoever, you're sure going to have to compete against some really good players in Jordan Travis, Chuba Purdy, Tate Rodemaker, whoever the second quarterback is. You're going to have good dudes there. You're going to compete. So you're going to have to bring it and win the job, and you either want that, or maybe you want a better situation that is you feel like you have a better chance of going in there and win the starting job. And this, like I said, it's nothing against Nicco. Nicco, I want to say Nicco is a tremendous kid. He's straightforward. He was a great dude. He was great to us, great to me. Did a great job as far as being honest with everything. Recruited hard for FSU. Let's not lose sight of that. He did a really good job early on with recruiting for FSU. So, but sometimes it just you feel how you feel, and for whatever reason, Nicco has his reasons of why he decided to do what he did and taking official visits. And the thing with FSU is they have every right to, if they don't feel like they're a priority to you, or they feel like it's a waste of time, then it's time to move on. And I think that's where FSU is at.
All right. Much more on this over on the premium recruiting board over at warchant.com. Michael and I will be back Thursday afternoon, 5 p.m., live recruiting chat. So do join us back here on YouTube. Michael, hey, man, I said it before. Go get some sleep.
I will do a little bit tonight, but I will be up at FSU again. I have official visitor. I think Elijah Pritchett's going to be there. Rivals 100. I think either Rivals 100 or Rivals 250, but big time visit. So it's just every day, man. I mean, let's just face reality. Every day we're going to be up there, either me or Austin. So we're going to be up there. It's going to be every day. June's going to be a busy month. Even then, 5-Star Challenge I'm going to see later this month. Got to do my birthday. June 17th is my birthday, by the way, guys. So I don't mind. I love working. I love working on my birthday, so I don't care. But I love what I do. But we're going to be out there. We're going to be cranking up. Got the mega camp on June 6th. This is what we've been waiting for. You can't complain. There's nothing to complain about. You're complaining about this business, you're in the wrong line of work, because we knew what was coming. We knew when they opened this thing up, June 1st, dudes are going to come in left and right. I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's grind. Let's get to work. We understand that. Austin understands that. I understand that. So I can't wait. Aswan doesn't, but we're down with it. I'm down with it. By the way, that event was so fun. By the way,
we'll talk about it on the recruiting chat. Save some for the people on the live chat.
Exciting, guys. But yeah, we'll be back out there tomorrow, and we'll get things going, and we'll see what FSU can do with the second quarterback in this class.
There we go. Much more on that again over on the premium recruiting board, warchant.com. He's Michael Maslin. Thanks for watching, everybody.